All right, so we are here to talk about the boring business stuff, right? Well, guess what? I don't find it boring at all. I find it to be so exciting because what our law firm does is we protect assets. And one of the things that we're going to protect is digital assets, because I see a future where everybody that gets married has a, what we call now, prenup or postnup, but it's recorded on the blockchain. And I have a fascinating story of one of my favorite stories of how I love protecting people's assets. And this is the story, the case of the millionaire Uber driver and the postnuptial agreement. So I'm gonna take you all back to 2018. So in 2018, I'm getting picked up by an Uber driver that seems really happy. So this is weird to me. I get in the Uber and I'm feeling all of this positive energy. A lot of the same energy I'm feeling from coming to this event. So he seems like he knows something that I don't know. He seems like he has a secret. So I bite. I ask him. I start chatting him up. You know, what's going on? What do you know that I don't know? He says, oh, I just got back from a conference where I learned about this thing called Bitcoin. So this is 2018. He says to me, Bitcoin is the future. Bitcoin is a cryptocurrency that you can invest in, and it's going to change the way that we live in the future. I have no idea what he's talking about, but I'm feeling his energy. I'm getting excited. I'm like, all right, great. I start Googling it. We start talking about it more. And he says, the only problem is my wife is really mad at me. She's threatening to leave me. I said, your wife is threatening to leave you? Why? He says, well, I took every penny I own. I took $100,000 and I invested it in Bitcoin. I said, you took $100,000 and invested it in Bitcoin, in this cryptocurrency? What, are you crazy? No wonder your wife wants to leave you. He says, I believe in it. I went to this conference and I think it's the future, and I'm willing to invest in not just my wife's future, but my children's future. That's how confident I am. I say, well, you have my attention, and I have great news for you. I'm a divorce attorney, and I can talk to you about how to protect this asset in the event that your wife does actually leave you. So I'm gonna pause on that note because I wanna pull the room. I wanna know how many people in this room are married? Raise your hands. Okay, good news, people like you, wonderful. How many in this room are engaged or planning to get married? Oh, one person, great, congratulations, sir, somebody loves you. And anybody in this room divorced? It's okay, raise your hand, I'm a divorce attorney, we're good company. And who knows what a prenup or a postnuptial agreement is? Anybody know what it is? Oh, okay, great. Does anybody have it? Does anybody have a postnup? Oh, smart man in the back. So maybe you'll understand why this Uber driver was so resistant to get a postnuptial agreement. So I'm in the car, I'm explaining to him all of the benefits of a postnuptial agreement. What a great contract it is, how it can make his wife feel better because we can protect this $100,000 investment, how it will make him feel better because it's gonna invest any monies he might have in the future. And he says to me, I don't really think that's for me. I don't think it's for me, and he tells me 3 reasons why. The first reason, he says, is if I get a postnup to protect my cryptocurrency, I'll be admitting that my marriage is gonna fail. So this is the #1 objection we get with contracts, which to me is a bit crazy because everyone in this room has car insurance, right? We all drive, we have car insurance. Nobody's saying I'm gonna get insurance to protect myself from liability or protect my asset, which is my car. By getting this car insurance, I'm admitting that I suck at driving. I'm admitting that I'm going to get into an accident. No, you're getting it because you want to protect your asset. Postnuptial agreements work the same way. And what's exciting about this day and age is that I see a world where everybody who gets married or is married can have a smart contract, which is what we call postnups or prenups now, and you can record it on the blockchain. And wouldn't that be fascinating? So he says he doesn't want to get the postnup because he doesn't want to admit his marriage is going to fail. The second thing he says to me is, the legal world doesn't know about crypto yet. The world doesn't understand what it is, and I'm the only one with a key. So why would I have to worry about that? Now, in 2018, he might have been right. But in 2021, the legal landscape is certainly catching up, and people know what it is, and it's going to become relevant in the future. So the advice would be protect your asset now. The third reason he gave me is, as any lawyer would ever hear, which is, I don't want to invest because it's just too expensive. It's too expensive to invest in lawyer fees. Well, our average contract costs about $5,000. If anybody who's been divorced that raised their hand, the average divorce can cost anywhere between $15,000 and $100,000 plus. Anybody who has cryptocurrency in this room has an investment that could be worth hundreds of thousands or even millions of dollars. So investing in a vehicle that can protect your asset is a wise investment, which is why I'm very passionate about it. So we pull up, we're back in the car, we pull up to the end of the ride, and I'm just feeling so excited about this thing I just discovered called Bitcoin. So we get to the end of the ride, we're both jazzed up. He makes me promise that I'm gonna go into the office that moment and buy Bitcoin. I make him promise that he's gonna call me to schedule a consultation to protect his $100,000 of Bitcoin and do a postnuptial agreement. 2 days later, he calls me and he schedules a postnuptial agreement. And today, his investment is worth $1.2 million. So I think that this has been one of the best investments both of us can make, and I see a future where everybody has a smart contract, which is a postnuptial agreement, where you are protecting your digital assets today. So when we say we take care of the boring business stuff, I certainly don't find it boring. I look at it as an exciting opportunity to protect all of your digital assets. Thank you. Does anybody have any questions? Yes.
What is the name of what you're talking about?
The name of what I'm talking about, the postnuptial agreement or the smart contract?
The chain, yeah. Contract.
So I don't have a blockchain. I'm a divorce attorney that just loves digital assets and finds this fascinating. So if anybody has a blockchain that wants to talk to me about a business venture, I'm interested. Anybody else? All right. Thank you.